Hear the crowd you can't see. Every little pixel part of this big scene. Hands on keys and a beat in my chest. We make something wild from a simple day. Woke up, go live. Turn it up, let the moment arrive. From the first hey chat to the last good night. We rise, we ride this life. All in. Come on in, let the stories begin. If you're here, then you're part of the show. Let's go. One name, one flame, we all lean in. New friends, old friends, let the stream begin. Go live. Turn it up, let the moment arrive. From the first hey chat to the last good night. We rise, we ride this life. All in. Come on in, let the stories begin. If you're here, then you're part of the show. Let's go. Woke up, Woke up, vamos, we're about to start. Pull up a chair, bring your head and heart. Screen lights up, you found your spot. Chat wakes up, throw your name in the pot. We're here now, gonna ride this spark. From a quiet room to a roaring.
Good morning. Oh, I haven't even started my chat yet. Let me start my chat. We're going to go straight into more Mandelson Inquiry live. So bear with me while I just get my chat working. It's just coming online now. Boom, bing, bang. Right, okay. Chat should be working. Pull that over there. Okay, let me just check that it is. Join. See if we get a little dancing thing. 1, 2. Waiting for the Rumble one to come along. Come on, Rumble. Come on, Rumble. There it is. Okay, good. A little bit late on the Rumble. Right, okay, we're going to go straight to this live thing. So let's go, let's stop messing about. Let's go straight there.
Views on that? Were you
quite
aware,
quiet. Let me just turn it up.
Office, but of this pressure that was happening at the time.
Was there any evidence, in fact, that was found? Things like call logs or emails in her doing her job? Did she come across anything?
I can't comment on events that I wasn't privy to. I wasn't involved at all, as I stated up front. As part of the humble address information gathering process, I've not seen.
She's quite quiet. Let me just see if we can turn her up a bit.
That would formally confirm that
John Boy
pressure. But I must repeat, I'm only looking at information in the audit trail and the documentation that I've been given in relation to the humble address. I can't comment on the atmosphere at the time. I wasn't involved.
Thank you. You shared some information around the claim that the Cabinet Office questioned the need for vetting, and you set out how you think that occurred and the correct, as you see it, interpretation of that. Are you aware of any special advisors who are suggesting that Mandelson might not have needed vetting? Has that come up in any of the paperwork that you've seen?
I have shared with you the information that I've gathered as part of the humble address and the document trail I have seen.
Right, I've tried to turn it up a little bit.
Would you, though, given that we've talked about the kind of level of note-taking that is required and where there might be notes and minutes, would you have expected to see notes in relation to that from a special advisor or PPS?
So I should make clear, like if the civil service, I really do agree with Sir Ollie. It is our job to keep.
Morning, John. How are you,
an
mate?
audit trail
You okay?
and to record information on, and particularly of key decisions. But the civil service does not record every single interaction, every single conversation. That would be highly inefficient. And of course, there's a judgment that needs to be taken about record keeping. So ultimately, if there were discussions, it's not unusual for either Number 10 or other private offices to call to ask for a process update. But I can't really comment because I've not seen any audit trail.
Thank you. Obviously, we've now heard in this case that Peter Manson was granted security clearance despite the recommendation of UKSV, and that he had obviously had risks or mitigations that were managed. Are you aware of any other individuals who might be in a similar position where the ultimate granting of security clearance is different from that recommendation by UKSV?
So this is exactly why the Chief Secretary to the Prime Minister last week paused the ability for a Make Recommendation Department to take a different view to UKSV, and the government security team within the Cabinet Office is undertaking an urgent review to answer your question.
So, Sir Oliver Robbins, in his evidence to the committee, told us that Peter Manson was given access to classified documents before he was given granted his security vetting. Would you say that's unusual?
So my understanding, and this is based on discussions I've had with Foreign Office officials, and I should confirm that both Foreign Office officials and I gave evidence to your sister committee, the ISC, earlier this week on this matter. And this is entirely for the judgment of a department. Peter Manson would have been.
You were up early this morning, John boy.
Granted,
So I would.
an
If I was up
interim
early, I would have
clearance,
I would have come and watched you, but
ultimately,
I don't.
believe that an
I'm up.
exception was
I'm up
made
at
for
3
him
in
to
the
see
morning.
certain
So
information, and that is within the framework that the Foreign Office has. But again, I'm not the expert. It is their protocol and policies, and I'm sure you will want to ask the experts on this matter that question.
Obviously, we've talked a bit about how accurate notes are required to be kept, although obviously not every single conversation that happens. Will the humble address include notes or a minute on the Prime Minister's decision to appoint Lord Mandelson to the position?
So in the humble address volume 1 that has already been published, we have shared all of the documentation relating to the Prime Minister's decision. That is already published and publicly available.
As part of that, or do you know why his appointment appears to have been made without saying that it was subject to security clearance?
I can't comment on a process I wasn't party to at the time.
And just thinking through where there might have been other political appointments into roles. I mean, it's quite unusual, obviously, to have a political appointments, especially such senior roles.
That's because you forgot
we
to
know,
put the forward
for
slash
example,
in front of
however,
the word
that
raid.
Jonathan Powell
It's got to be
is a
forward
political
slash
appointment
raid,
as the Prime
then a
Minister.
space, then the
And
link.
he's obviously the National Security Advisor.
We tried all
but he
of
was
the
also
different ones,
Special
we didn't
Envoy
get
for
that
the
one.
British Indian Ocean Territory, and he was given that appointment on the 6th of September 2024.
You've got raid space, but you forgot
but
the
I
forward slash.
understand
Then you
that in
did
August he also
a
held
forward slash
meetings
raid, but you
like
forgot the
Mandelson did
space.
with
You've got to have
FCDO
that space
officials
after
and
the
was given
forward slash
access to
raid.
classified
If I write it out
information.
for you.
The Prime Minister was asked about this in Prime Minister's questions yesterday, but actually didn't answer the question. Are you able to provide information on what kind of security clearance he had prior to taking up the role in September?
If you'll forgive me, I can't comment on individuals' security clearances. That would be inappropriate in this formal public setting.
Do you think
in fact, it is a critical part of the protections in place for the national security vetting system.
Thank you.
Fleur.
Thank you very much, Chair. I'm going to ask you some questions about your document gathering. But going back to the documents referring to the very early stages of the process before the vetting and before the appointment. So first of all, about the pre-appointment conversations that Morgan McSweeney may have held, would there normally
Interested
be
in choice of
documents
jacket?
held
She's
of the
literally
Prime Minister's
blended
Chief of
into
Staff,
that chair like
discussions about
like the SAS
potential of an
soldier.
appointment and the merits of that appointment. Should there be documents on that?
I'm not here to opine on the judgments that would have been taken by private secretaries and individuals in those meetings. As I have said, it is a civil service requirement for us to take records of and to make sure there is a formal record. I can't give an opinion on things that relate to before my time as being responsible.
I suppose I'm really asking. I was a minister. Every single conversation I had, it felt like that it was definitely being documented very, very well. But I don't know about chief of staffs, prime ministers. Are all of their meetings documented in the same way that ministers are?
There is always a thorough assessment of whether a record is needed, and that would have been a judgment undertaken by the individuals in a meeting. And the same sort of expectations for special advisors, for civil servants, for ministers apply. It is set within the various codes that relate to the terms of employment.
That's helpful because we're seeing him next week, we hope. But in your as you're gathering the documents, are you saying to everyone, have you got these documents? You get them in and you look at them. Are you able to go back and say, there seem to be some missing documents there, and you are investigating a little bit more in your document gathering?
Yes.
So do you think there are any missing documents around those decisions? Have you asked any questions about more evidence of meetings by Morgan McSweeney before he even said to the Prime Minister, should he consider going forward with even the due diligence, even the security vetting? So the early stages, do you think there are some missing documents there?
I think I have undertaken an incredibly thorough and robust approach to identifying all information across government that could be in scope of the humble address.
Thank you. The next question is about the letter from Sir Clive Alderton, who is the private secretary to the King. It's to Sir Clive from Philip Barton, recommending that the political appointment of HM Ambassador. I know you've read so many documents, you can't be expected to know the details of all of them. But in this document it says, the Prime Minister has indicated his intention to recommend during this Parliament a small number of political appointments, plural, to serve as His Majesty's ambassadors overseas. And then he goes on to recommend that Peter Mandelson is adopted as the first one of these political appointments. Do you know if you have asked about whether there were other political appointments in scope at that time, or if it was just a kind of a general catch-all paragraph to say there may be some, here's the first, or if it's more specifically there were some other political appointments actually being considered at the same time, and therefore it is relevant to the humble address?
I think they've turned the sound up a little
Prime
bit.
Minister's decision-making around the appointments of ambassadors.
So the humble address wording is very specifically in relation to Peter Mandelson. I haven't asked that question because I do not believe that that would be within the scope of my responsibilities in relation to this humble address.
Okay, that's clear. Thank you. And then my third area is around the due diligence itself. The document is there. Did you, before publishing that, did you have to seek the same kind of legal advice and policy expert advice and propriety and ethics team advice about that you did have to about the security vetting? Was there any discussion about whether you would release that due diligence report? Because as you know very well, it contains information about the concerns about reputational risk on previous departures of Mandelson from office, of Epstein, of China relations. It's got all of those things. Did you receive advice before that, or was it very clear that you could publish it?
I've sought independent legal advice on a number of documents which were published, and I continue.
No, you didn't put a space, Johnny. You put a dash.
In
/dash you put in that
and you'll
time.
appreciate there is a very,
space.
very large number.
Oh,
of
no, that
documents.
one you meant.
Anything
Why is that one not
that
working
might
then?
be contentious,
It might be
contain
Rumble.
personal information.
Let me just check
might
that you've got the right.
prejudice the criminal investigation. I would obviously seek
I don't think you've got the
advice.
right link.
Thank you. My last question on the due diligence is that in the due
I'll put,
diligence,
the,
there's
I'll put it in
obviously
for you, mate. And then you
issues that
just
were
need
then
to
taken
copy
up
it.
in the security vetting, but there's also issues about reputational risk. Would they have been part of the security vetting, or would
Don't
there
forget
be
you've got to
another
get the link
process to
from
look
Rumble,
further
not
into
from
the
Twitch.
the reputational risk, which is more a political decision than a security decision, or do the two processes go together to the UKSB?
Well, I think this is part of what we should ask Sir Adrian Fulford to look at, because
That's my link to this channel.
Ideally, you want those processes and the
ends with
information
NFP.
to come together. And in this instance, they are conducted at different times, and there are good reasons for why that is the case, and it is perfectly normal for these processes to be undertaken by the individual authorities responsible for overseeing them and the people who have to make decisions about them. But I think it is fair to say that there are some overlaps in the risks and the information, but they are used to assess for different things.
So in this case, then, in your role as Chief Operating Officer now going forward and looking at how we operate on this in the future, and that ministers and the Prime Minister are given all the advice they need, this may be an area which is looked at about unusual appointments like this. This is where it really comes to the crux, that there should be more of a reputational risk assessment as well as a security risk assessment.
Well, in many ways, the reputational risk is covered within the due diligence, and I hope
Oh,
the
no.
record that's in the public domain indicates some of that assessment.
Ah, here he
In my
comes.
role,
He's done it now. He's got the
both
right
as
one.
Chief Operating Officer for the Civil Service.
There you are. Well, I need to adjust that
And I'm
slightly.
determined, as is the Prime Minister, to make sure that lessons are
That's
learned.
it. Lovely. There you go, John boy. Thank you, boy.
I've got John, and then Edward, and then Alan.
Just a quick follow-up to the questions Fleur has been asking.
Thank you, boy.
You've said that all the documentation...
Oh, the
around
Rumble's
the
thing
meeting
is
itself has
1,
now been
2,
included in the first
3.
batch of published documents, and that you've been very rigorous to make sure it covers.
Yeah,
Why
back
is
down to
there
7
no
seconds again.
formal
Rumble's fixed their
record
thing.
of the
They
actual
may have
meeting at
fixed
which
the
Prime Minister
chat as
decided
well.
to go ahead and make the appointment.
So two things. I want to be really clear about what I
See
have
if I,
said, in case there's any misunderstanding. I have undertaken an
See my
information
ballyhoos
gathering
work.
process, which
Oh,
I'm
they do.
confident has now
Oh, we've got them back.
received all of the information
They
that
work
is
if you
within
do
the
them on
scope of the
Twitch.
humble address. We are doing I've done everything I can to identify information. There is never going to be a moment where I can say that every single possible document has been identified. I hope you will appreciate that. I'm confident I've undertaken a process that allows me to
Well,
be
they are
confident
looking on
I've run the
Twitch
right
as well.
sort of thorough process. I hope that distinction is clear. And there is some information, given this conversation about vetting, I believe that is relevant to the appointment of Peter Manson. That information is still being processed, so it hasn't all been published. It is being processed as part of the information gathering for the humble address. And sorry, I've forgotten the second part.
It's about the actual minute of the meeting at which the Prime Minister said, right, here's the due diligence, and he's advised about all the various other aspects, and he said, yes, I want it to be Peter Mandelson set that in motion.
As I've said to you, it is normal to keep a record of those sorts of decisions.
But there isn't one of this.
I have shared with you the information that we have.
Are you asking why there isn't a further document setting out a record of that meeting?
There are a number of examples where we have had to undertake further investigation based on the information that we have. And wherever you would expect to see more information, we have undertaken follow-up inquiries.
And wouldn't you expect to see further information around this?
I would.
So you're continuing to push.
We have undertaken further investigation.
I can't remember who I said was going to come next. I think it was going to be Edward.
Again, apologies for requesting a clarification. So many people have been fired, it's sometimes difficult to keep up. Peter Mandelson was fired because the release of the Epstein files showed that his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein had continued for a lot longer than he had disclosed prior to being appointed. So Ollie Robbins...
This guy's really quiet. They need to sort their mics out in this place.
Security access to Peter Mandelson, and the security vetting report, the Prime Minister took the view that the security vetting report indicated that Mandelson shouldn't have been, and that he wouldn't have appointed Peter Mandelson in the first place had he had that information. You have seen both the security vetting report, and to be clear, I am under no circumstances asking you to disclose anything that is in that. You've also, and is now a matter of public record, the due diligence report and the information that the Prime Minister was shown. Ollie Robbins was fired for granting security clearance and not providing the information to the Prime Minister earlier. But can you tell us, is there anything materially different in terms of the risk, not the types of risk, not the individual risk, but the risk that the security vetting report shows that is different from the due diligence?
Good, mate. Thank you. So the link you want is the link from my actual web Rumble page, not the link that you've just used. Do you get me? Because this link you've just used will die once the stream ends.
Or being told that there were risks identified.
There's got to be a link that leads you to my main page on my Rumble.
Question because
that's permanent.
I don't think I can answer that question without revealing.
It was like that thing last night where I said, Ronnie goes off.
But I would just go back to
what was his name? R2. That link is dead for Instagram. I said, oh, for fuck's sake. And I went, and Ronnie had changed it because he changed his Instagram name.
At the time.
So I had to then, last night, I had to go over to his Instagram, find his page, find his new URL. It's called a URL.
Without disclosing,
grab that and then put that in my link. So I've done that.
Did that last night. To Bloomberg at the time.
Dustin D in the house. Dustin D, we're having a very boring morning here, but these are Mandelson Inquiries live from the UK. So if you're tired, this will put you to sleep, sir.
Crisis in Britain.
And for some reason, my things aren't actually working. Although they're not working above my head.
Asking if it did.
The Rumble ones, it'll just say salute ballyhoo, but they're actually coming up on the screen. So either way, it works for me.
Find information of that nature.
It could do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you for your time today. You said earlier on in this session that on September 15th, 2025, 4 days after Peter Mandelson was sacked, the Foreign Office officials asked for and received the UKSV documents relating to him. Did they say why they wanted to see these documents in the wake of his sacking, and what documents did they ask for?
I can't go into the detail of the precise documents they asked for. In the audit trail that I've seen, and there may very well have been further verbal conversations at the time, I don't recall there being a reason given.
Would they have needed to give a reason to see the file?
Not necessarily. It's my understanding of the process.
Thank you.
Can I just pick up on something? Because I've just checked the transcript. Because I asked Ollie Robbins this question, and I think it's really been asked of you as well. And I do think it's an important aspect of this, which is so much was known about Peter Mandelson. And due diligence is essentially, as far as I can see, without meaning to be disrespectful, but it's essentially giving some fast streamers the job of looking at what's in the public realm, and they put together a bundle of it. It's not a security briefing in the same way. But I always wondered, given there was so much known about Peter Mandelson, was there anything, without telling us what it was there anything that was in the security vetting that was not in the due diligence report?
Could I talk hypothetically?
No, because I asked Ollie Robbins this, and he said he wouldn't tell me, and so I just want to know if you're going to tell me.
I don't think I can without revealing what was in.
Can't you say yes or no? Can't you say there was something in the direct vetting that was different or more worrying or of more impact than the
good boy, John White. Thank you, mate.
forgive me, I'm going to pause before I
No, please, have a
answer
think.
this question, because it's important I get this right. I do not want to make this any harder than it already is for our national security system.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that. We are in a bind.
So I would prefer to answer your question by saying that it could contain more information by the nature of this being a exercise to assess
Who swore live on
different
TV?
information for a
What, this
different
girl?
purpose.
Okay. All right. Well, if that's all I'm going to get, then I will won't push it any further. I have tried. Alan, have you?
Well, this is
Did Cabinet
the thing
officers
is this is very
consider
adulty.
recording
So
Mandelson's
at their own
UKSB
risk in it, Sky
summary
TV,
file,
they should put a
from
5-second
the
pause on it,
ISC.
shouldn't they? We're watching it live.
We
Because I
have
can
expert
produce
advice,
whatever I
and
want.
I think there has been reasonable debate and discussion.
Yeah, she does have to think because
and I hope that
I think
people
she's
understand
MI5 or
this is because of all
MI6,
of
so
the
she works
reasons
very
I've
high
shared
up in
with
the
you
security industry,
about the importance of protecting
in
national
the government
security,
security
and
industry. So she has to
and I
think
won't go
about
into
what
the
she
detail.
says.
I had a version of the discussion and the sorts of issues that were being debated with the ISE in the evidence that I gave to them earlier this week. And I think it is right that I set out in more detail to the IC under the security conditions that we have for conducting that hearing more information. I understand why you're asking the question.
Oh, the one who's asking. I kind of like her. She's kind of bolshy. She
He
is.
was briefed. The officials in the cabinet office.
She's
were
kind of
very
Mama
worried
Bear
about releasing,
type.
Peter Mandelson's UKSB file.
Emily,
to Parliament.
I think it's
That would
Emily
be correct.
Thornbury, is it? I think
Yes,
Thornbury.
because
Something
and
from
I
Miss,
must-
Ms.
and
Ms. Let's
when
call
we
her
talk
Ms.
about vetting
Thornbury.
files, I think it's important to recognise there are the
Not the girl
inputs to
speaking.
the
Not this
file,
girl speaking. The girl that asks the
which
head of
are
the chair
comprehensive,
of this
very
committee.
detailed and very sensitive, confidential inputs. And I've always felt strongly that until I'd seen
So these are the equivalent
full
of
trail of
congressional
information,
hearings,
or understood the full trail of information,
but they're
available,
internal, usually
that
internal
I
of the
would
government.
take
Sometimes they're
all
external of the
necessary
government.
actions
Sometimes
to
they'll
protect
bring
those
in,
inputs,
like maybe
because I
the head of
genuinely
Apple will have to
believe
sit in
that
front of
that
one of
is
these,
at the
depending on what he's up to.
of our
I
national
think
security
Zuckerberg's
process.
been here in
And so
one
I
of
think
these
it is
seats.
accurate for Sir Ollie to describe the discussions we'd had in that way.
Thank you. The committee is seeing Morgan McSweeney next week.
Obviously not for the Mandelson case,
Is
it was
there any
for
cabinet
child
office advice,
safety things, I think.
in relation to his decision or the
Or
decision
data
to use
gathering. I
him
think it's
and
to do with
others to question
GDPR, data
just
gathering,
follow-up
Zuckerberg.
questions to Peter Mandelson about the Epstein issues.
Forgive me, as you pointed out, Chair, I've seen a lot of
She doesn't give the
documentation,
damn end of the
in
day.
the last
She
couple of
wants to
weeks.
find
I
out the
can't
truth.
recall seeing anything.
Yeah, they have
If
to.
it
It's
turns
a
out
legal
I have
process.
some-
It is. It's
I'm
government
I'm
checking
content to check
government
that ahead
that
of
they're
your
doing the
session
right
and confirm
things.
to the clerks.
But
Just on the dismissal.
there's a risk here that
he-
the public
did
have
you
been
provide
lied
any
to,
advice the Prime Minister,
and they've been lied to
about the
from
decision
the
to dismiss
dispatch box.
Can you tell us who did, or what sort of advice he received in advance of that? Do you know?
Comment on a decision or a judgment process that I was not involved in.
Thank you.
Good. I have Afra, Edward, and then Dan, and then I think we will draw this process to a close, just to give you the good news. So, Afra.
Thank you, and thank you for giving us so much of your time. I just wanted to clarify really on what you've said about the information that has already come through in the humble address and is expected still to come through, because my understanding was that initially it was supposed to be provided by the 10th
Is it
of
me, or do they
April,
all
but
look
there
like
is still
lizard
further
people?
information to come. And from some of the
Maybe
answers
I've just
that
got
you've
an eye
given,
for it now.
I've been given the impression that you believe there's still information missing that you might want to look for. So I just wondered if you could clarify that, clarify when you
John,
expect
you've
all
got
this
lizards.
information to be provided by.
Hold them up
and
the screen.
also
Do they look
perhaps
like
let me
them?
know whether as part of this information gathering, any ministers have been asked to provide their mobile phones, records from their mobile phones, and if they have all complied with that.
Heward Placard has a hell of a
number of
government
questions.
deal
Sorry, and I'll try
supplying
and
all
break
their
it
I tried to
monitors.
cheat, getting three questions.
You've seen in the courts as well, Hewett
We're trying
Placard
to finish
everywhere.
by
No,
11.
in
If we
America
go
it's
over
Dell
11,
for the
It's
courts.
understandable.
In Britain it's Hewett
So,
Placard in
the
the
first thing I
government
really
that
should
supply
say
all the
on
monitors.
record is I'm sincerely grateful
HP
to the
monitors aren't that
IC
good,
for
Mum.
the significant amount of time that they
Dell
have
monitors are pretty
dedicated
good.
to working through the information we have passed to them. I'm very conscious that this is, having done it, that this is a very, very painstaking and complex
I'm more of a
exercise
BenQ
which
guy
must be
myself.
undertaken
I do like, or a
thoroughly. And
gigabyte.
it's
I've got a
taken
gigabyte
many,
in front of
many
me.
hours their
BenQ, and
time that
BenQ's
they
my
had
best
not
monitor, really.
expected to be undertaken. Because we launched this dedicated fact-finding process, and to be really clear with this committee and the House, whilst we're now reaching the very, very final stages, final checks are being done. We've had, over the last 24 hours, further conversations to double-check and follow up the information we've seen with the Foreign Office. All of that information is now being processed, and one of the first things I do when I return to the office is to go back and read everything else that now needs to be processed with the ISE. We had hoped to
I'll just get
provide
AI
much
to do
more
it.
of
Why
this
not? Everyone else
information by
is.
the 10th of
Like it.
April. And clearly that just wasn't possible given the complexity of this exercise.
So just what date do you expect to have it by? Do you think there is information missing, and were ministers asked to hand over their mobile phones and information from their mobile phones?
I described earlier the process that I've undertaken to be as thorough and robust as possible in the information gathering process. I will never be able to say to you that I have definitely got everything, but I will be able to assure the House that we have undertaken robust processes to gather all information relevant to the humble address. To answer your question about electronic communications, there has been a distinct formal request for all ministers, senior officials and special
Oh, they're all
advisors
pressing the delete
to
button as
provide
quick as
us
they
with
can, aren't
direct
they?
communications with
Oh, we're going to have to have a look at your phone.
and we are doing final checks.
That's exactly what they're
on
doing right
all of
now.
The information that we have received by any form of electronic communication in line with the scope of the humble address.
And all ministers have complied with that?
All ministers have undertaken the processes we have requested of them and complied with the Information Commission.
Edward.
Go on, Edward, spit it out, boy.
Better in my head before I put my hand up. I
Can I
appreciate.
for the sake
I
of
know
time,
that
shall I go to Dan
feeling,
first and then come to you?
I know that.
You see, you won the ball.
If I just return to the timeline
It sounded better in my
around
head.
December and
Oh,
January.
flashy suit. I like your suit. Good. Not sure
I
about
think
the
it's right,
red
and anyone can correct
maroon
me
tie
if
to
I'm
go
wrong.
with it.
The decision to appoint Mandelson was the 18th of December. The announcement was made on the 20th. Vetting began on the 23rd. Ollie Robbins became the permanent Undersecretary on the 20th of January. I'm just wondering, in terms of what you've decided is in scope for the humble address, will we be seeing any papers relating to the early departure of Sir Philip Barton?
And again, forgive me, I'm recalling all of the information that I have seen. If it is deemed within scope of the humble address, because of either the spirit or the letter of the humble address, then we will process the information that we have received. And sorry to be not more specific. If there is a specific thing you are looking for, I am content to take that away and confirm with the clerks once I have had an opportunity to confirm precisely what it is that you are looking for.
I suppose I'm looking for the reason Sir Philip Barton's departure from the FCDO came at such a critical time in this process.
I'm afraid I just can't
Oh, yeah,
comment
that's
on that.
in
This is
it.
not
Quick jump ship so they don't have to ask you
decision
questions.
or an
That's
event that I was
I don't want
involved
you to comment on it. I want to know if we're going to see notes and minutes of discussions and decisions that were made for the reason that he left the FCDO before he was meant to.
If there is information that is relevant to the scope of the humble address, it will be processed.
Okay, well, that's a yes then.
I think you've accepted today that due process was followed throughout the vetting process. And I just want to clarify that that means the decision maker for passing vetting was Ollie Robbins.
I would refer back to the evidence that Sir Ollie has given you, and I think this is an important point to draw out. Sir Ollie would have been responsible at the time and accountable for the decision-making process. It is not entirely clear to me where the formal final decision was made. I have a document back from the UKSB that records on the portal the decision that has been made, and I have an email from the Director of Security to the individuals I described earlier.
Is there, but there's no document, and would one expect a document that reflected the thought process, the discussion, well, we've been told this, but if we mitigate this, so-and-so said it would, I mean, I understand, please tell me if I'm wrong, that these civil service notes are, quite often will be, so-and-so said this, and so said that. And I appreciate there were only two people there, but there was an important discussion going on. We've had this recommendation from the vetting people. We want to proceed with appointing him with mitigations and an actual detailed discussion as to why those mitigations would be relevant and would deal with the concerns that have been raised. I mean, wouldn't that be reasonable to expect? Some kind of, proper note of the back and forth, the give and take, if we do this, that'll work, although we've got to be worried about that. Do you see what I mean?
In my personal view, I think what you have described would be a reasonable expectation, but I must repeat what I said earlier.
Would that be...
I must repeat what I said earlier, that I can entirely understand why security officials involved
Sidley,
in this
good morning. We're watching a little bit of congressional hearings, but the UK version. This is a Mandelson thing. So this is about... this is basically MI5, I think, getting grilled here.
The question was going to be, would that be recorded?
I'm not sure what Catherine
SCDO,
Little is. Hold on, we can have a look. How are you this morning?
UK SV.
The CDO are the decision maker.
It's the Foreign Affairs Committee. There's not much information.
Which is that putting aside, and I wouldn't ask you to opine on it anyway, putting aside whether or not Sir Ollie Robbins was the decision maker, although ultimately accountable for the decision to grant security access to Peter Mandelson, or whether or not that was the right decision. Put that aside for a moment. Your understanding of the process, the powers that the FCDO has, its position as a DV by default, but also only taking advice from UKSV and having the...
It's a good idea, John Boy.
And everything that happens
John Boy been busy sorting out his Rumble links. Good God.
Decision to withhold information.
Professional streamer. John Boy.
Did Sir Oliver do anything wrong, or did he operate entirely within his rights and powers and responsibilities as the Permanent Secretary of the FCDO?
I'm not here to opine on that, and I don't think it's appropriate to give a judgment.
You can't tell us if he stepped outside of...
I'm very sorry, I'm not going to be drawn into giving an opinion on the actions of one of my former colleagues. I do not think that is within the scope of my responsibilities in discharging the will of Parliament and the humble address.
You tell us if he's a good civil servant?
Fair play to her. Well, I mean, fair play, but she's not throwing a colleague under the bus. He's gone now anyway. He's throwing him under the fucking bus. Fuck him.
Guidance on how it takes vetting decisions? And if so, have you seen that?
I assume so. I've not seen it, personally.
Would it be possible for us to see that and to come to our own conclusions about whether the actions of Sir Ollie were in line with that guidance if it were to exist?
I can ask my government security team to take that request away and report back to the clerks based on our responsibilities in the Cabinet Office.
I'd be very grateful if you did that. Thank you.
Sir Ollie did say to us last week, there is internal guidance on this, which says where we do find a risk, we always try to manage it through our aftercare programme or risk mitigation.
I'm going to give him the final question.
Thank you, Chair. This entire conversation, our inquiry, the way this has been playing out in public, is mostly down to a series of very high-level leaks to very well-known news outlets. We have all talked about the security of the vetting process, the sanctity of the vetting process. Here in Parliament, we have tried our very best to respect that, and all the questions that we've been asked, we've come against the buffers rightly of that system. However, there is a very serious question here about the leaks coming from either or both the Cabinet Office and the FCDO. What is the Cabinet Office doing to ensure that leaks of this sensitive nature never again happen?
I absolutely share your concerns, and I cannot emphasise enough how concerned I am. As the CSPM, the Chief Secretary to the Prime Minister, has set out, there is a leak investigation underway. And I can't comment further.
Well, we're a little later than we promised that we would be, but I hope I do want to express our thanks for you coming in. It's not easy appearing in front of select committees, and we appreciate you agreeing to do so. And I would, if you
did she agree or was she forced?
With a couple of documents, we're moving at quite a fast pace, and it would be really helpful if we were able to have them tomorrow, if it was possible tomorrow, because we've got other witnesses coming in on Tuesday, and that would be very helpful to us. I've got something else that I ought to just put on the record. On Tuesday, it was put in terms that Sam Coates had reported a conversation, the contents of a phone call. It seems that he hadn't actually reported that, but we do have the two parties to that conversation, we hope, going to be giving evidence before us, and therefore we should be able to get a little bit more clarity.
This is going on for quite some time, this inquiry.
Third-hand hearsay.
It shall roll. Will it heads roll, or will it just turn into a nothing burger? Oh, that's it. Well, there we are. That's ended. They've decided, right. We'll stop Emily Thornberry from waffling. We'll end it right there. Is there anything else we can watch? I don't think so. I think that's it.
The Foreign Affairs Committee are continuing.
That's it if you want to watch it.
Foreign Affairs Committee are continuing.
All right, okay, there we are. That's it. That's your what we got on the home. Now and next, I mean, you can watch the Houses of Commons. I don't think they're sitting yet, am I? Do I have to allow that? I really don't like allowing other third-party things. Well, there's nothing happening there, is there? It's only that one. Right, event guide. Let's have a little look at the event guide for Parliament. What's happening here? Commons Chambers, not much happening. Oh, here we go. 6 p.m. Oh, there's something happening this morning. What's that? Oral questions. Cabinet Office. House of Lords. Anything happening in the House of Lords? They're fucking old biddies they are. We've got the studios. If I could understand this stupid guide, we'd know a lot more. There's the time. Okay. Numeracy for Life Committee. What the fuck is that? Can we see it? Can we go? Oh, we can. Holy shit. What is this nonsense? Latency in this video stream means indexed items will appear first.
Talking head who says if you're on £1,500 a month in your job and you forego £36 of cash in your pocket, this is what that looks like with government tax relief when put into your pension. And we work on the sort of average auto-enrolment figures. Then we show them what that might look like compounded over 30 years. And that, to me, is where maths can be really powerful on the education front, and it is possible to explain it step by step with visuals on.
Well, 36 times 12 plus the interest rate times however many years you just said. It's not that hard, is it? Come on. But you do have a small compounded interest in thing. So it's let's say it was £10 at 10% over 10 years, 12 months, £120. Next year it'll be a £12 added on. Next year it'll be a little bit more added on. Blah blah blah. That'll end up being £1,500 or something like that.
Screen. You know, when we talk
More
to
or
people about
less.
how to prioritise their debts, and you're talking about snowball or
We're not going to
avalanche
listen
loans,
to
where
the
you're asking
numeracy,
people
but
to
it is
compare
quite
interest
interesting that
rates.
we can actually watch all this shit. We can go to this. Ever seen the House of Lords, guys? And we can have a look at the House of Lords here. Oh, this is actually really good. I've got to save this link. Hold on. First thing I need to do is...
That is fit for future is going to be a massive part of what we...
Oh shit, what have I just done? I pressed the wrong thing. Event guide. Copy. So I'm just adding it as a link. Bump. Let me just add it to my... have I got enough room to add a new one? Do I need Audio Maker? Not really. Come on, Ben. Come on, mate. Remove that one. Add. Gov. UK. Paste. Save changes. Good. There we go. So I've now got that saved as a link. Right, let's have a little look at the House of Lords then. What are they up to, the old farts? Come on, link, click on the click in. There we go. Ah, come back. Wait. Oh, it's just taking this time. This is where like all the oldies are. This place is literally geriatric.
Or dangerous world. In the circumstances, does the noble lord, the minister, agree?
A little bit of information about the House of Lords. So the House of Lords actually are the ones that... So House of Commons will come up with an idea, a law maybe. They've then got to pass it to the House of Lords, and the Lords will discuss it, and then they'll decide if that becomes a law or not. So quite often the Commons want to do something and it never happens because the House of Lords like... I'll give you an example. The suicide bill. That is very controversial amongst the Lords, more so than the Commons. The Commons are, yeah, people should be allowed to kill themselves, blah, 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 carry on, bump. Let's go to the House of Lords. And the Lords are like, yeah, well, the Jesus Christ says this, oh, no. And it just gone on for years, I think, in the House of Lords.
That
The
this
right-
is a
the
highly
right to,
perverse bureaucratic
self-end.
requirement to place on the MOD, and if they truly accept that national security must now come first, will they exempt the MOD from these domestic steel procurement requirements so that they
MOD,
can source
Ministry of
steel
Defence.
rapidly?
In other words, the army.
The noble lord raises a critical question around how we balance the national resilience of our steel industry with the security concerns, and that balance is absolutely paramount. We remain in conversation with the MOD about making sure that this is not a prohibitive impact on their procurement and access to products. Equally, I think it's really
They're not in
important
their
that we
normal
utilise the
chamber.
procurement
They're in a
process in the
smaller
UK
chamber
government
here.
to ensure that we're prioritising UK products and services to meet the demand of all
They
our
have their
government
own
departments. So
chamber
there are a
with
number of
different
initiatives
coloured
working on
chairs.
procurement.
It's a bit like a House
but
of
I agree
Commons,
we
but
need
it's
to make
got-
sure that
I
perverse
think it's got
incentive
red
doesn't drive the wrong
chairs,
behaviours.
not green.
Will the government be
Oh, no, they are
making
in their
any
chamber.
payments to the
I didn't realise
Chinese
they had a
owners
desk in
of
the middle now.
Scunthorpe Works or
That's
taking
new.
on any of their
That's
debts,
a beautiful
bearing
room. So
in mind
let me
that
pause it. That's where the Queen's coronation, or the Queen comes when she goes to Parliament, as if you couldn't tell. She comes to the House of Lords bit. She might walk through the Commons, but she'll come here to the Lords. This is her government then, the Queen's government. This bit, but yeah, you can see they're all boomers in here. Beautiful. Look at all that gilding here. Such a room. Look at the artwork on this room, man. And then they go and stick up a fucking shitty TV. Oh, some poor chap had to fucking drill holes in this wood to put these TVs in brackets. I thought, oh, fuck. Like, some of this stuff is like 600, 700 years old. Some fucking guy in an overall's got to come up with his DeWalt drill and start fucking putting holes through it.
To effect the transfer, there will be enormous losses on the taxpayer on a continuing basis.
The government remains in
around.
positive and constructive conversations with Jingye. I know the Noble Lord would not expect me to comment on the specifics of that deal. All I can say is that we're hoping for a positive outcome, and the real importance for us is making sure that we have a steel industry.
The guy talking just before him was the ex-minister for Wales at one time.
That is fit for the future and fit for private investment, and that is our target aim at the moment.
When Thatcher, I think it was when Thatcher or when...
On the question of my noble friend, Lord... sorry, I can't even remember his name.
You can't even remember each other's names. That's how old these motherfuckers are.
Has the noble Lord made provision for ever-increasing amounts of taxpayers' money to be paid into the steel industry?
The £2.5 billion commitment by the UK government is provisioned for.
Second oral question, Lord Young of Cookham.
I beg leave to ask the question standing in my name on the order paper.
My Lords, we are increasing housing supply across all tenures to improve affordability for young people. Our ultimate objective is to help more people get the keys to their first home, increasing the overall home ownership rate. We support first-time buyers through government-backed schemes, including shared ownership, and the Treasury will shortly consult on a replacement for the lifetime ISA. Following FCA clarification, most buyers can borrow around 10% more, and this year we'll publish a home buying and selling reform roadmap, which is expected to save buyers £180 million a year and shave a month off transactions.
I'm grateful to the noble lady for that reply. Recently, the Prime Minister said this: "For my family growing up, the roof over our heads was everything. But for so many families today, home ownership is a distant dream. My government will make it a reality once again." For millions of people renting or living with their parents,
your hair will be like that one day, Roddy.
Many of
Johnny.
them could actually afford the mortgage repayments, but without access to generous relatives,
Johnny
they can't
with bright
afford the
white
deposit.
hair.
When I asked the noble lady about help for first-time buyers back in January, she said this: "A great deal of work is going on in my department and with financial institutions to make sure we make this process work for first-time buyers and others in the housing market."
Bottom of my moustache is already
so
there,
should there
mate.
not now be a fresh initiative?
I don't think we're going to watch any
deliver
more
the
House
Prime
of
Minister's
Lords.
promise?
That was just an experiment, but at least we know now.
Well, the Noble Lord won't be surprised to know I always agree with my right honourable friend, the Prime Minister. And, of course, I also welcome the HCLG Select Committee's work, which has been particularly looking at these...
It's got a proper Cockney accent, that bird, doesn't she? You remember you're poisoning pigeons in the park. Some boy. Right, let's play some games, shall we? Let's get rid of this nonsense. But I tell you what, that's a hell of a good website, isn't it? I'll have to pass that on to Mr. Rotella. That's so it's a bit laggy. I don't like the way that does that. Government.uk, but it's the actual timeline, and then from this timeline, all these are live. Look how much of shit they got going on, look. Studio One, committee room, courts and tribunals. No, there's no way they've got... Holy shit, they have as well. But it doesn't have much information about it. You find more information on... No, I don't want instructions. I want to know... They should have a little thing. Oh, here we are, the agenda. Oh, look, further to consider the bill. They need to fill this... Oh, over there. Do I click on it? No. They need to put what the information is about it, don't they? They need to say, oh, this is a thing about this, that, or the other. Normally, they used to be quite good. Westminster Hall of Commons. What's happening there? Let me just see if some of these have actually got information on them. Ah, yeah, so that one's got a bit of information. Access to education training for young adult carers. Gambling advertising. They need to get rid of gambling in the UK. They need to go back to before Blair came along and changed all the gambling. It's gone horrible. The high street is just full of betting shops and gambling shops and fucking casinos. It's one of the worst addictions a man can have or a person can have. Problem is, you've got a drug addiction or alcohol addiction. Eventually you kill yourself from one of those addictions. Gambling, you can like live healthily for all your life, and it affects so many people around you as well. Horrible addiction. Not a fan of gambling. Not at all. Don't mind the odd, like, put one in chat thing or two in chat. That's fine. It's not financial. But actual financial gambling, it's a fucking mugs game. Right, what should we play? I've got 1,000 games to play. I fancy playing. What was the game I was having loads of fun with the other day? Was it Bright Memory Infinite? Come on, Steam. Jeepers. You're on an NVMe. You're on like a fast NVMe. Steam, are you coming on today? Thank you. It's a good question, John. Why? So, what it is, there's a legal requirement. So, basically, it's not so much you're a migrant. It's that you're, what's the term they use? It's to do with escaping war zones. See, so they come over here. Oh, right, okay. Yeah. Well, it used to be the same as smoking, didn't it? Smoking used to be all over the advertising, especially football. You'd always see like Benson and Hedges and Silk Cut and all that on the boards, and then it was in like, especially in snooker, was full of. I think one time, there was a Benson and Hedges cup. From smoking. They got rid of all that from smoking, and now it's been gambling for so long, like Betfred, Bet888.com, all those other gambling things. So they're getting rid of the gambling. And the next thing will be fast food. So McDonald's won't be able to advertise, and other Subway, they'll stop then from advertising. Coca-Cola. I mean, who would be left advertising? Welcome to the FA Cup. It's now called the V-Buck Cup, sponsored by Fortnite. So, EA. Well, you see EA advertise, don't you, on there? And PlayStation advertises a lot in football. What a waste of money that is. I think if Sony stopped advertising, like, what's the point in advertising in the football? Sony needs to stop that, save that money, invest it back in the gamers. They'd save so much money if they stopped advertising. It must cost them like hundreds of millions of pounds for those adverts for PlayStation. Just like put that money towards the console sells itself now, Literally the console sells itself. When a new console comes out, well, even now, PlayStation 6 isn't even out. And you've got like 1,000 YouTube videos a day about PlayStation 6. The fucking console ain't even out yet. It's not even like no one's even decided what it's going to be, but people are like, oh yeah, new PS6, but it's going to be this, it's going to have that, it's going to do this, it's going to do that. Right, where were we? We were going to play a little bit off. I got so many games. I enjoyed that Fumes demo yesterday. That was quite good. That was a good game. Where are we? What was it called? Bright Star Infinite, wasn't it? Something Infinite. Let me type the word in. Bright Memory Infinite, that's it. Let's play this. This is a fun game. And then we've got to check out the papers. And then I got GTFO. I won't be going on till 1 o'clock today. John Boy, my mother-in-law been looking to move where they are because next door got camera facing at her door and upstairs partying till early. Oh, God, I don't blame her. My uncle has that sort of problem as well. There needs to be a quick sort out for some of these things. Now, obviously, you need to protect people who are being bullied by, like, say you've got a neighbour that's got a grudge and they just always complain. A bit like what happened to you, John. Like, someone's complained about your mess or your rubbish. And it's not like I've been to your house. It's fucking not messy at all. But just because you've got a couple of excess bin bags because you missed the bins one week, I mean, that's not a reason to throw someone out of a housing, is it? But like with your nan now, there needs to be like some sort of protection thing. Oh, use ray tracing. Yes, please. Play. Yeah, there needs to be some, because my uncle, right, he's had trouble with his neighbour. Oh my God, like my uncle lives in Scotland for years and years. There's basically an alcoholic that he lives in a flat, like upstairs, downstairs, 2 flats below, there's 2 flats above. My uncle lives in the flats upstairs. And his neighbour upstairs, he's had him smashing on his door. The guy's broken all his windows and argues, and 2 o'clock in the morning he's kicking off, and really, I know my uncle's like fucking 80 next year. Do you know what I mean? It's not good for him at all. Oh, I need to turn the sound down. I know that much. Sorry, I just blasted your ears out with this game. Let's continue it, because this game's bonkers. This is just the right style of bonkers for me. I've been really enjoying this game. This is well worth like the £1.50 I paid for it. Nice as well. Smooth. Oh, we're heading. I think we get. Oh God. I gotta remember all the moves. Oh. Oh God. Oh God. All right. Well, that worked well for me. I've forgotten all the moves, that's the problem. And we're near the end of the game, so I'm coming into this pretty hot. In my head, I'm pretty slow. Right. What's the move set? I need to find the move set again. I know I've worked out the parry. There's a move to push people into the air. Controls. Key config? No. Oh, great. Great. Oh, they're telling me there. Y button. Shit, I'm dead. Wow. I should have just carried on playing this game the other day, shouldn't I? Not come into it hot like this. We can do it. We can do it. Or maybe I should change my weapon. Oh. Can you stop doing that to me? Holy moly jolly. Yes, I have. Yes, I've got to go out, take my sister take my sister to hospital, take my mum shopping. So I got a busy day, and then tonight, I've got to do another stream tonight. But before that, I've also got to do my weekly freebie roundup. So I have a busy day up Thursday. That's a hell of a lot of content creation. At 6 hours, 5.5 hours streaming, plus maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours to make my content as well. Oh shit. Oh well, there's no going back now. Better reload my gun. Yeah.
Finally made.
Plus the grandchildren are around today as well. And it's Benji's birthday tomorrow.
But you're too late. Once I finish pouring this primordial flood over Earth, the black hole will change the world.
So this plan of yours is supposed to change the
I have to admit,
world?
this game is a star. I like this game. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. Like, it's not very replayable. Oh god. Where's he gone? Oh, I've knocked him. Oh, I forgot about that move.
Don't bother, guard.
Oh, I just knocked him off the map. Ah. I'm getting the moves back now. Oh, shit. Fuck, I got left and right hands mixed up again. It's probably a slightly, boss man time. It is. I was doing so well against that boss. I had him down. I got... Whoa! No! Shit, he's got me all the time. I'm trying to work out what the move is. I was able to lift him before. I can't seem to lift him now. Why is my fucking that slash and dash not lifting him? I lifted him in the first time I played him. Why can't I not lift him? See, that's not working. Maybe I'll just keep a distance from him. Oh, maybe. Oh, I realise now. I've got to knock his shield down first. Okay, I got it. Got him. Got him that time. Worked out what it was. I had to get his shield off, then I could lift him. Give me that mask. Oh, American Eagle. Oh shit. Oh, now it's real boss time. Whoa, fuck. This is too crazy. Oh my god, it's too crazy. I can't see what's going on. Holy shit. Please don't make me do both bot. No, okay, 6-armed Emperor. Thank God for that. Ugh! Get out of it. Oh my god. Shit, where is he? That's a dirty move. No, no. Oh shit. Oh shit, we've done him. Ooh. Shit, that game is loud. Like my ears are deaf. Oh, oh, what?
It's been a while, Shelia. To think we'd meet like this. The primordial flood is almost empty. Once it's all been poured out, a new world will be born. I will become the ruler of the new world. What? Shelia, hold on! I've got you! Die, Lynn!
Oh shit. Press X. Oh, it's gonna smash. Oh, it's smashed. Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh, it's smashed.
Next up, location, approximately 20 kilometers from the city. Specialists are investigating the possibility that it was caused by a small asteroid. Inside, a structure appearing to be some kind of ancient ruin has been discovered, and along with plate-like objects, unknown chemical elements have also been detected. Specialists are currently examining samples brought from the site.
Hey, we finished the game. That was a great game, that was. They're actually really good boss fights. They weren't impossible, but they were tricky enough. I enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that. That's a great arc back to when games were experimental back in the 360 day. Look at this, like all one game studio. It's like one guy, FYQD Studio. It's like one guy, that is. The only help he got was with sound and music. How talented a guy that must be. Difficulty violent. Clear time 2 hours 14. Deaths 22. Not bad. I've got skins. Oh, hello. Oh, look. Bunny girl skin. Cyber rabbit. Hello. Classic Chinese. It's a bit short, isn't it, love? Jesus. Skinny jeans. How do we open unlock them then? Oop. When you change it, whoop, hello. Oh shit, you can have different shotguns as well. Oh nice, nothing like a pink shotgun to go with it. How do you get all those then? What's the mods then? You can have mods in it? Ah, let's end. Right, there we are. So that was Bright Memory Infinite. I'll have to play something else, or should we have a look at the paper? Do you know what? I'm going to go and have a look at the papers, shall we? Let's go and have a look at the newspapers. I think I've got that as a saved thing, haven't I? No, I haven't. Oh, I can do it from here, can't I? I don't need to do it from my other PC. Might as well, if I'm dual streaming, I might as well do it from there. There we go. Close that down. Close that down. Hungry Planet, how are you, sir? You good? Right. Let's have a look at the papers, and then we're going to end. Boom, boom. Here we go. So today's, again, it's gonna be Keir Starmer, Mandelson, all the rest of it. So we're gonna fly through these, and I'm probably gonna end the stream soon because I gotta go out in about half an hour. I want to grab a quick shower before I go out. Let me just check. Oh, is he live or live? Okay. But what does he do then? So I'm just checking out someone I could stream to, but I don't know what they do. Yeah, I can't go live to that. That's not gaming. Right, Prime Minister isolated and job concerns deepen. As cabinet, so we're on The Guardian. Hungry Planet. Oh, Ace is in you. How are you, Ace? You right, mate? Jeepers. Needs to sleeps in half an hour. Oh, right. Do you want me to keep talking for you? for half an hour. I'll drop you off to sleep. Don't you worry. I have that sort of voice. I've put Dan's YouTube link into my bio. Oh, well done, John Boy. That's good of you, mate. Right. The Guardian. Prime Minister's isolated as cabinet divisions emerge over Mandelson scandal. Doubts over peace talks as Iran seizes 2 ships. Oh, Iran. The Americans have shot some ships. The Iranians have seized some ships. Jeepers. I wouldn't want to be a ship captain with that sort of like, oh yeah, where are we going? Oh, you're going to Kuwait. Oh, are we? Oh, are we? You can get someone else to go down there. Cancer, because you forget that's what's down the end of the Strait of Hormuz. You've got Kuwait, you've got Dubai, you've got some big old. Your sultry voice, my sultry voice. Cancer diagnosis every 80 seconds across the UK. I mean, what sort of statistic is that? Anyway, what does it tell you? That people are getting diagnosed with cancer? Okay, but that's a good thing that they're getting diagnosed because that means they can get treatment. Every 80 seconds? What does that mean? Like, I don't know. It's just one of those stupid things they throw out in it. It'd be different if someone was getting stabbed every 80 seconds across the UK. That would mean something completely different. But cancer diagnosis across the UK, it just means like a lot of people have got cancer. Great, that's really nice. The number of people in the UK being diagnosed with cancer has reached a record high. Yeah, well, there's more people here. That's simple, isn't it? There's simple logistics. We've now got about, according to their census, we've got 60 million people in the UK. I'm not on the census because I'm between properties when it comes out. Because I'm working away, so I haven't been in the census for years, simply because of the work I do. But also, they reckon there's at least 20 to 25 million immigrants that have legally got here and have stayed here and just floating about, doing their thing, living in a tent in London or, sofa hopping or running a vape shop. Anyway, so the government thinks there's like 65, 70 million real figures, because there's a way you can actually measure how many people are in Britain. And one of the ways of doing it is to actually check how much sewerage we're producing. And the sewerage guys reckon there's 100 million people in Britain. By looking at the waste, you can tell how many people there are in a country. And that's why some of the waste companies have been like struggling to get rid of the waste. They're literally running 25% over all the time. They're only getting enough money for like 60 million, and like they're trying to deal with the waste of maybe 100 million people. Anywho, number of people in the UK diagnosed with cancer has reached a record high. One diagnosed every 80 seconds. The report says Cancer UK says more than 403,000 people are diagnosed with the disease each. Wow, that's like nearly 500,000 people every year. So that means by the time you get to 50, you've got a nearly 100% chance of catching cancer. Just statistically working that out. Jeez. If they reckon there's 50 million people or 60 million people. Largely because it's a growing and aging population as people are more likely to develop the disease as they get older. The NHS is struggling to cope with the UK cancer waiting times, among the worst on record. Okay, that's not good, is it? Get a little bit more of that. What's that drug called that the Americans use? Because there's a big thing in there that cancer is caused by parasites. And there's a big thing in the 70s about that. It is security, it's a gig. Okay. Oh yeah, you got a gig and a security gig. That's what we sort of do, innit, John? We do gigs. I envy you being stuck in this brick box for 5 years now. Oh. Thing is, you can travel anywhere in the world from your screen here now. That's a wonderful thing. Like you can literally like watch webcams from all over the world, watch people from all over the world. I mean, there's nothing quite like getting out and touching grass. I accept, but It is a wonderful thing, the internet. You need more mores to fill out the consensus. Vaccines 100% safe and effective. Of course they are. Yeah. And Starlink. Right, the Times. So at least we've got slightly different headlines coming on. They're getting bored with the Prime Minister stuff. That is quite the dress, madam. What is it? Amy halfway, 43. She's looking good for 43. Courtesy with Velvet Versace. Oh, good God, imagine how much that bloody thing cost. Prime Minister should face sleaze inquiry over Mandelson. Sleaze. France must reduce migrant crossings to earn share of 100. Why are we paying France? Why are we paying them money? It's stupid. We've paid them like £500 million now. Surely you'd be better off paying for a private border force that collects them, catches them, collects them, puts them on a little bus, gives them a little drink of water and a little sandwich, preferably not ham, just in case they're off their Twaper side, bag of crisps, tell them, yes, we're going to take you to exactly where you need to be going, to the nearest ferry, on the ferry, back over you go. Drop them off in the bus in wherever it is in France, and say to the French authorities, here, these have just come from your country. They're your citizens. They've entered our country illegally. You now have to deal with them. Goodbye. Quite simple. Simple. We're perfectly allowed to do that. Perfectly allowed. They can say what they want, but if they enter the country illegally, then they can't. They've got no rights. I don't care. You've got no rights if you enter the country illegally. And especially if you start throwing your passports and blah, blah, blahs off the bloody thing. It's just like, well, yeah, okay, well, you've got something to hide. You're hiding something. Open toe shows. Toes are gross. Open toe shoes. Oh, right, these. Whatever. Women tend to have better looking feet than men. I mean, when you get to your 40s, it's quite a brave decision because everyone's feet do start to get a little bit worn and crusty, don't they? A little bit like craters of the moon going on there. Right, sick of your high-flying older sibling, blames germs. I don't know. Having an older sibling can be a mixed blessing. It may have a ready-made playmate, but younger brothers and sisters must get used to hand-me-down. Oh, so what? Fortunately, my sisters were much older. I didn't have to wear my sister's hand-me-downs. That could have got confusing for me. Oh God, it's all about parenting. It must be spring. Mums must be wanting to be mums in spring. Trump expands ceasefire, then Iran seizes 2 cargo ships. That's a hell of a pair of binoculars, isn't it? That's that one they shot the engines out of, didn't they? Prime Minister fired Robbins before he could defend himself. Yes. Yes. As Starmer fights for survival, sacked civil servant supporters demolish claim he was dismissed after failing to explain why he didn't raise the alarm about Mandelson, and insists he was given no chance to save his job. But you're out the door, mate. Out you go. Streeting allies now open to Rayner Pact. So this is Angela Rayner. She's already in trouble for dodging tax on her houses. But technically she was Deputy Prime Minister, but it could be that she might end up as Prime Minister if Starmer goes. So then we not only have from one dodgy Prime Minister with dodgy mates to a tax dodger as a Prime Minister. Oh, great. This country, what a mess. I've got no confidence in her. Daily Telegraph. Hermer, whoever he is, pursued witch hunt against troops despite warnings. Well, this is Starmer did this as well. Attorney General ignored concerns that Iraqi war crime allegations were false as he worked on case against soldiers. Well, Starmer did this. He worked for free trying to prosecute British soldiers for so-called war crimes, where all they were doing was following perfectly normal orders. Essentially, what Starmer tried to prosecute soldiers were they got fired on by Iraqi soldiers, and they fired back, and they tried to do them for crimes. I was like, hold on a minute, they fired first. We got every right to defend ourselves. Starmer literally, when Starmer was a lawyer before he's a prime minister, he tried to take I think it's 5 or 6 British soldiers to court for Iraq. It's like, you're in Britain, fucking cunt. Sorry, I've got to use some strong language here. But Starmer is a fucking cunt. He's a cunt of a guy. Fuck him. Yeah, well, he did it for free. He did, yeah, well, he was getting paid by someone, probably backhander from someone somewhere. But yeah, well, technically he'd get paid somehow. But yeah, he was doing it to forward his career. I don't know. But yeah, so... at the end of the inquiry, it seems me odds unlikely we are going to get judgment that the claims are nonsense and that this was a group of Iraqis on the make, politically or financially motivated. To Martin Day, I think the line to Phil works in making sure that this big story is out there whilst giving some wiggle room if the killings did not in fact happen. I don't know if this brings in Starmer in here, but he was something to do with something very similar to this. I can't see the word Starmer in here. But yeah, they need to cover that story. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe it's a step up the ladder to then put Starmer on the same sort of front page tomorrow or the next day. Starmer 2 was blah, 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 involved with putting soldiers on the line. It's over. Cabinet turns on Starmer. It's over. It's over. He'll still be there next month. Don't you worry. He'll still be there. He'll still be there. Mahmoud gives France a year to cut... Oh, great. Another year of them all coming in. Great. And it's not just the illegal ones. It's the legal ones. It's the ones you've got to watch out for. Ditch passwords for a passkey, say his experts. Yeah, but the passkey is no good because it's most of them, it's 4 figures or 6 figures. NHS failing to detect cancer any earlier. Mobile phone signal could be rationed. Ooh, that's an interesting story. Let's have a little look at this. We were talking about 5G yesterday, weren't we? Mobile phone network operators have warned that they could be forced to ration phone signal access to combat high energy prices triggered by war in Iran. Oh, come off it. Vodafone Free, Virgin Media, O2 and E have excluded from their chancellor. Oh, whatever. Oops, I've lost my controller. Back down. Financial Times got a load of canaries on the front here. Oh no, they're not canaries, they're scientists. Trump shift chip revival kept on hold. How do they see each other in a yellow room wearing yellow? Can't be good, surely. Fucking walking into each other every 5 minutes. The Independent Lizard Man or something. Best views. Uzvis online. Uzvis. Fuck Uzvis. Screw you, Twitchbot. Iran seizes 2 ships. Yeah, but what are these ships? Are they big ships or are they I thought Iran hasn't got a navy. How are they fucking seizing ships? I've got to read this story a little bit more because I'm as confused as everyone else. Iran seized 2 merchant ships in the Strait of Hormuz and struck a third yesterday, just hours after Donald Trump extended his ceasefire with Tehran, following breakdown of second round of peace talks in Pakistan. Doesn't say how they did it. I'm confused. If the government ever had a choice in the internet, they would be against it left and right. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, they would have turned it off. If they knew where it led to. They'd keep it running for them, but what they want to do is but I can't do what I'm doing here. Sit here and talk to people live and express opinions. We're not allowed to express opinion because it's hate, it's racist, it's hate, it's evil, It's bad to express one's opinions. And then they wonder why self-harming rates go way up, because people can't even talk to anyone. Oh, okay. We need small government, not big government. Job concerns deepen after the UK suffers highest tax rise on wages in rich world. We're not rich though. Fucking everyone in the UK is poor. Everyone, even like people with good jobs now are poor. I've explained this. How the 40% tax on like anyone that's earning less than 100 grand a year is getting fucking reeked. Absolutely fucking ruined. And that includes like what you would think were surgeons and doctors are now getting absolutely rinsed by tax to the point where they're no better off than someone that's on the fucking dole. Someone that's like literally claiming benefits now. Because when you claim benefits, a lot of time they give you a house, they give you money, depending on what kids you got. If you're on the sick as well, you get like some of the people can get like nearly over £1,000 a month, like 1,500 quid a month, and all their rent paid. That's a good little earner, that is. Do you know what I mean? That's like, what's that, like £17,000 a year without having to pay any rent or anything. I mean, there's some good money to be earned if you know how to do the sickie. You know how to play the sick card really well. And I'm saying, I was working out, well, £17,000 a year without having to pay any rent, so your housing's all free. That equivalates to around about a £70,000 a year job. That's how crazy the UK is. And they wonder why everyone wants to get here. Oh, I wonder why they want to all come here. Jesus. All you have to do is say, oh, I got headaches. Oh, I've got mental illness. Oh. The worst thing is that the more people that keep getting away with it and keep doing it, it affects the people that really need it. And there are people that really need it. And unfortunately, some of those are getting absolutely shafted because they don't know the correct things to say when they go for these interviews. So they're getting absolutely shafted. It's like there's some people like without fucking arms and legs that are going around like fucking using their mouth for everything, and they're losing their benefits money. And there's other people who've got like fucking perfectly fine, selling a bit of cocaine on the side, doing the sickie, got fucking know what to say when they go in there because they're all fucking, they're smart in it. And they've got fucking a free car, free housing, and 1,500 quid a month, and fucking selling cocaine or drugs on the side as well. And they're fucking blinging it, fucking running around in Gucci and going on holiday 6 times a year to fucking Turkey to get their teeth done. You know, it's fucking wrong, mind. It's wrong. David's old friend, he gets £1,000 a month. Yeah. I'd like 1,000. Yes, give me £1,000 a month. Lovely, thank you. Nice. Give it to me. I'd love it. What? £1,000 a week, John? No, can't. What, for working or for benefit? You can't get £1,000 a week benefits. That doesn't exist. You can get about 1,500 quid a month, I think, is maximum. But if you took into account the rent and if you've got children, and say some of those children have got disabilities, easy ADHD or something like that, then you can get money, extra money for them as well. It just keeps steamrolling. Ace, I have a titanium holding in my spine. Oh, fucking hell. I still work and work out every day. It can be done. Yeah. Fair play to you, mate. Fucking hell. That's one hell of a strong spine now. Titanium, mate. Have you ever felt titanium? Like it's not very often you can get hold of a sheet of titanium, but we used to have it in the engineering department in college. It's a really weird thing because it's lighter than aluminium and stronger than steel. And it's like you can get like a really thin piece, like a sheet like that, and you cannot bend it. Like even if it was steel, you'd still be able to because it's quite thin, you'd be able to just bend it a little bit and have some pliability. Titanium's like, you ain't going nowhere. And it's so light, like it's like literally like paperweight. Phenomenal. Oh yeah, it's hard as fuck. Yeah, and it's like its tensility or tensileness is phenomenal on titanium. If only we built cars, like if you built cars out of titanium, right, you could literally make cars last for 300 or 400 years, no problems at all, because they don't rust either. And a lot of airplanes have titanium in them, especially military aircraft. The other thing is military aircraft are glued together. They don't weld them. They glue them. Job concerns deepen. Okay, we've read that bit. The Mirror, slop paper. Hey, dudes. That's Sir Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr. I didn't know Ringo was still alive. He looks well, doesn't he? He's obviously having his hair coloured, surely. Surely he would have gone grey by now. To be fair play to Paul. Fair play to, this is old school, and this is boomers compared to Gen Z, Gen X even. A lot of boomers never bothered with plastic surgery. Like Paul McCartney, I don't think he's had plastic surgery. I don't think Ringo. Okay, he might have got his hair coloured. Phenomenal musicians. Phenomenal. I mean, Ringo's just the drummer, but Paul McCartney, phenomenal musician. The amount of songs he's written. Still writing them. Ooh, we got Foxy Noxies back in the news. Jesus, can't let go, can they? Amanda exclusive. So this is Amanda Knox, who was accused of murdering some Italian girl or something weird, but it turned out to be some immigrant did it. That's apparently what happened. Anyway, Knox's letter to Letby. Oh yeah, so this is Letby that got cleared of Meredith murder, now reaching out to jailed baby killer. Well, yeah, she was cleared because she didn't do it, because some bloody migrant done it. Amanda Knox has written to jail Lucy Letby. So Lucy Letby, I've always had concerns about this case, this Lucy Letby, because I'm very much into understanding serial killers and all that. I'm very much into that thing. And she just does not fit anything like a serial killer, this Lucy Letby. If anything, she's a little bit stupid and she's a fall goat for something else. A scapegoat, I should say. A fall guy scapegoat for something else. And it could very well be that there's failings in the hospital that she's in. And she's getting the scapegoat for it. Jailed Lucy, basically she's been convicted of the murder of something like 22 babies. It just doesn't make sense. And the thing is, there's no actual physical evidence to convict her of the murder. It is all superficial, superficial, statistical information. Now, I study statistics. My statistics teacher always said there are lies, there are damned lies, then there are statistics, because statistics can be changed to a position that benefits whatever your agenda is. You can change statistics. I'll give you an example. So something goes from £100 and now costs £150, right? Or no, something's £150 drops in price to £100, right? So statistically, how much percentage has it lost? And there's two ways you can produce this information. You can say, oh, it's lost 50% or it's lost 75%. It depends how you want to do the math. Both are correct statistically. If you add 50% onto 100, it comes to 150. But if you take 75% off 150, it comes back to 100. So there's 75% or 50%. They both come to the same answer. And it depends how you say it and answer it. So you can literally change the statistic depending on which way round you want to say it. And this is how she was statistically arrested through statistics. They said, oh, it's impossible that all these babies... It's a bit like these scientists dying. They're saying, oh, 22 scientists or 11 scientists have died. Something funny's gone on. Well, it's the same with these babies that died in this particular ward or whatever in hospital. And they didn't all die while she was working. That's the weird thing. So how the hell did she kill them when she's not there? But she was there for most of the time that these babies died. But they were ill children anyway. So statistically, some are going to die normally. But they reckon that somehow she was injecting them with oxygen or something like that. But it's come out that there was some serious failings with this hospital. And it was mentioned before she even started working on them that there was problems with the hospital ward. So... yeah, you can form statistics to make a point, and you can change them. Like you can change them depending on the viewpoint. Like both can be. There's nearly always 2 or 3 answers with statistics, and you can just say whichever one and then prove. Oh yeah, this is the proof. But you can then say someone else can say a completely different answer and go, yeah, here's the proof, and both are correct. It's just the standpoint you take. And that's why they're always like damn lies then in statistics, because statistics, you can prove that the statistic is correct, but there can be 2 different answers. So one is there's no lies, but they're worse than lies. That's the problem with statistics. I don't know if that made any sense to anyone, but you can. I can almost prove it using the 100%, 50% and 75%. Technique, because a lot of people say, oh, it's gone down 75%, and others say, well, no, it's 50% reduction, because 100 is 100, add 50%, that goes to 150. So it's just working out which way you read the statistic. Work-shy Brits, not this pair. Great gran is still full-time nursing at age 80, fair play to her, and dad cycles 60 miles a day to earn a living. You learn to drive, mate. How dinosaurs reconquered the world. Oh, great. There we are. Let's talk about dinosaurs. Hello, what's going on here then? Is this Lewis Hamilton? Come on in. Lou Waters lovely. Lou Waters lovely. That's a stretch, isn't it? So that's Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton, Formula 1 driver. Kim Kardashian, slutty porno person, home cam porn footage person. Am I right in saying that? Is that what she is? I don't know what else is she famous for. For doing a sloppy blowjob on some famous rapper, I think, something like that. They are, and they're getting together now. We're having such a great time. Drown the bitches. She has a good neck. Yeah, type of neck you want to strangle in it. Right, telecom giants stark warning. Brits facing mobile signal rationing as energy costs soar. Phony war. Oh, like it. Like it. No internet. Ration network minutes exceeded. Good. Turn them all off. Turn them all off for a week. That'd be great. Oh, God. Well, this is a hell of a headline. What have we got here? Oh, God, here we go. This is the Daily Mail. Wendy is 56, in good health, of sound mind, and loved by family and friends. But tomorrow she will take her life at a Swiss clinic. Here, in a deeply moving interview about the sharply divined opinion, she reveals why her heart is too broken to carry on. It's my life. It's my choice. If she wants to go and do that, fine. She's an adult of sound mind. Crack on. I'm not going to deny her that. It's the ultimate democracy to make your own choice about how you live. A lot of Christians go, oh. It's her own choice. Don't forget. So Christian, this is my argument to any Christian that says this is wrong. Jesus chose to be executed. He knew it was coming, so there was a point where he could have chosen not to be executed and caught by the Romans. Jesus chose that. So when they argue about this, and they say, oh, it's unchristian-like, that's my argument. My argument is, hey, Jesus more or less committed suicide by firing squad. He did what, like, on the streets of San Francisco when someone jumps out of the car and they purposely pull out something that looks like a gun to point them at a police officer, and then the police officers shoot back. Yeah. So in a word, Jesus committed suicide. A perfectly healthy young man in his 30s. He chose... Okay, so he didn't like run a razor blade over his wrist or anything like that, but his decision that he made led to his death. And she's doing the same thing. As far as I'm concerned, it's a very Christian thing to do, isn't it? Am I wrong? Am I logically wrong? Fucking good at logic. I know that. I upset people sometimes, though. Daily Express. Here's another 660 million to stop the boats. Yeah, fucking 660 million. That's probably going to spend to give them even more moats. Hey, if she's Hindu, then she's going to be resurrected. If you're got a Hindu belief, you believe in resurrection, reincarnation. Daily Star. It's a brand new VAR. Rift to scan 3-line clones. Oh God, whatever that is. What a load of slop this is. Vardy's dish up spaghetti. And that's the end of the papers. So on that controversial note, on that controversial Jesus suicided himself note, we're getting out of here. Let's go to the den. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. We are, is there anyone we can raid over to? Let's have a little look. Now, the guy that came in last night, I would raid over to him. Oh, John Boy's live, but he's got nothing on his camera. The guy that came in last night that I would raid back to at R2, I've checked his feed. It's just got noise playing. And I think the guy is sleeping on camera. That's not really what we're into here. If he was playing a game, I would have gone over to him. Let's have a look. It's John Boy. What's John Boy up to? John Boy's got OBS on. John Boy, you do realise your OBS is still running. Just to prove it to you, John. Just to prove it. Let me just jump out there. I don't like jumping out of the dome when I'm doing this, but... John, your OBS is just running continuously. I believe in resurrection, but I'm not sure I will be. That's where faith comes in. Yeah, hey, people can have faith in whatever they want, but I also believe that people should be allowed to make their own choice. And if that woman wanted to end her life and she's perfectly off sound mind, I mean, some would say she's not off sound mind, but you've stopped it, have you, John? Okay. I was just checking, mate. Right, so I think I'm just going to end the stream here then, guys. Because, or should I just have a look at what's going on in... Should we have a look? Let's go to home. Let's see what's on here. Apparently they're changing the way they do the front end of Rumbles. There's a lot of premium stuff. Father Russell. Oh, okay. Where else we go here? Wazdi is like... Wazdi's good, but I think he'd be rounding up now. Yeah, go on. I'm going to raid Wazdi. Let's go raid Wazdi. Copy. But okay, let's do a /. Oh, spelled the word raid wrong. Paste. Right, I'm going to send you over to Wazdi. I believe he's in Hawaii. He's a very talented streamer. He's not like me. I think he's playing a little bit of... what's that new Destiny 2 type game? He's playing that. Got what the bloody game's called already. It's not got a good name, to be honest. Oh, Marathon, that's it. It's based off their old game, isn't it? Marathon. Right, there we go. We're all off. I don't know how long it takes to do it. But we're going to raid over to... there we go. You're already sent over there. And anyone that's on the normals... this is where we... and anyone that's saying this is where we're going. So thank you for joining me. And we're getting the fuck out of here. Have a good day. I've got to shoot off. I've got half an hour to get my shit together. See you tonight, guys. Halo tonight.